Introducing the next big thing in wrestling today, WrestleCrate.com, a monthly pro wrestling based subscription service starting as low as $14.99 a month with items that include Mattel action figures, Funko Pop, pro wrestling tees, and signed memorabilia by the biggest names in the business today. For more information, on Twitter at WrestleCrates and our official website www.WrestleCrate.com. What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and this is part 3 of the #1 fucking source for everything WWE right here on YouTube.com, man. This is Off The Script, episode number 87. Thank you guys so much for joining me on your Sunday morning and closing your great weekend out with me right here on Off The Script. I got a lot of news to go over, plus the mailbag today. Thank you to those who participated by using the hashtag OTS87. If you guys want to get in on the next mailbag, it's not too early, man. You can always use hashtag OTS and then the corresponding show. So next week, it'll be number 88. If you guys want to get your questions in a week early, ahead of everybody else, use the hashtag OTS88. We're going to be doing the mailbag every Sunday for a little bit after the news and rumors on part 3. So make sure you guys do that if you want to get in on the mailbag for next week, okay? But thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for the overwhelming support on my mini rant yesterday in part 2. I do the show the way I want, and I want to bring you guys news, rumors. I want to give you guys some laughs. You know, I want to make you guys aware of what I have going on. If you want to donate, if you want to buy a fucking shirt, I don't e-beg. I don't need the fucking money. You guys can do it at your own will. If you love the show, if you support the show, if you're a fan of me and my content, that's what it's there for. I will never beg. I will never ask you to go out or force you to go out and buy a fucking t-shirt. You do it because you want to, and I'm making you guys aware that I still have these things going on. That's the only reason why I do it and why I say it, okay? So I'm going to end it at that, but thank you to those who came to my defense. It's my show. It's my podcast, and I was mentioning this yesterday to a few people, okay? You know, you go listen to Jim Ross. The first 5 minutes of his podcast is advertisements. That's how he gets paid. Burger King, Dollar Shave Club, DDP Yoga, Uber. You know, they got all these advertisements, and you listen to every fucking podcast. Jericho does it. Austin does it. Ric Flair does it. You know, you name it. They all do it. So that's how they get paid, and that's how marketing works, you fucking goons. All right? I don't do it to that extent, but I hope I could get as big as that one day. So that's why I do it, and I'm going to leave it at that, okay? But if you guys want to donate to the show, PayPal link down below. If you guys want to support the show in another way, always great to buy a t-shirt. ProWrestlingTees.com/WWE Off The Script. And I have a WrestleCrate unboxing as well. Those guys treat me very well, and I'm going to be doing an unboxing. I know it's kind of late, but I have an unboxing. I'm going to upload that tomorrow for Monday. I'll talk about those guys towards the end of the show. But if you guys want to follow me on Twitter as well, at JD from NY206. And if you're new to the channel, like I said, #1 source for all WWE right here on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. We're getting close to 33,000 subscribers, man. I believe we just hit 5,000 followers on Twitter, man. That's a fucking milestone in itself. So thank you to everyone who has followed me on the Twitter. And keep up to date on whatever I got going on right here. You want to tweet with me live during Raw, NXT pay-per-views. We got Hell in a Cell coming up. I got a bunch of shit for Hell in a Cell coming up. So make sure you follow me on Twitter, at JD from NY206. And quickly, before you goons fucking start coming at me with fucking torches and pitchforks, because I'm not talking about the rumors, go fuck yourself. It's my show. Went to go see Symphony X last night. Unbelievable fucking show. I got the fucking shirt on. This is from Paradise Lost. I didn't buy a new t-shirt for their Underworld album, which is amazing. If you guys haven't heard it, you're missing out on probably the greatest band on the face of the earth. There's no band on the planet that does a live show like Symphony X. I even tweeted to Russell Allen, the lead singer, last night. I'm pretty sure he didn't see my tweet because he was probably bombarded with fucking tweets after the show last night. I will never miss a Symphony X show as long as I'm alive in New York City. They come around, you know, once or twice, give or take, every 5 years, because they don't put an album out. You know, they put an album out every 5 years. That's how fucking great they are. Michael Romeo, one of the best guitarists, one of the best composers in music, period. You know, he never gets recognition the way he should be getting recognition. Russell Allen's the best vocalist besides Miles Kennedy from Alter Bridge in music, bar none. Their live shows are amazing. I've been going through a very, very difficult time this week, and that 1 hour and a half made me feel good, and I was singing along. Some of their songs that they played last night, they made me tear up because of the meaning behind them. You know, it's just an unbelievable show, and I'm glad I went to the show last night. It made me feel a little bit better, and Symphony X is my favorite band, and I will never miss them as long as they come into New York City. So I wanted to let you guys know about that. And that's the reason why the show is late this morning, because I was sleeping in, because I had a great time with the show last night, and I was just mentally exhausted from everything this week. So you guys will be seeing this eventually. It is going up right after I record it, so hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get on with the news, because I know you guys are probably fucking saying, shut the fuck up, JD. Yeah, alright, whatever. Excuse me. Let's get on with the news, guys. Last week, Rusev and Lana were directly responsible. This story fucking pisses me off, bro. Really. Last week, Rusev and Lana were directly responsible for breaking kayfabe when they went public with their engagement. Rusev posted on social media about the engagement, and TMZ would break the story. While WWE was apparently aware of the engagement and had begun shifting their creative direction behind closed doors, Vince McMahon was still not happy that the news of Rusev and Lana's engagement had leaked to the public, because it was forced on WWE to change their creative plans. Great. They did us a favor. Rusev and Lana did something for their own good, and they got out of a terrible fucking storyline. Good. Absolutely good. Although this isn't 100% confirmed. I think I'm getting sick again. Don't know why, but the weather is fucking miserable here in New York. Although it's not 100% confirmed, Rusev was the victim of a rather quick loss on SmackDown against Dolph Ziggler. Vince being upset with Rusev and how his real-life engagement to Lana leaked out to the public may or may not have to do with the quick loss. I'm going to take the road on this one and say that Vince McMahon is upset, and this is going to leak into Rusev's on-air, in-ring performance and losses and how he's booked on TV. I guarantee it. And I guarantee the quick loss has to do something with that. This is leading many to question if Rusev will suffer backlash for how the situation was handled, because it forced WWE to acknowledge it on television, and it directly affects WWE's creative plans. Oh, cry me a fucking river, Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn. For what it's worth, several sites are reporting that F4WOnline.com is reporting that Monday will be an interesting day for Rusev. If this Monday, the same thing happens, as far as him taking losses and him being treated like shit on live TV, that will be the true test to see how Rusev is booked in the near future. Let me get this out. Okay, you guys know where I stand on this fucking storyline with Ziggler and Rusev. It was fucking awful. It involved chihuahuas. It involved fucking fish. It involved fucking subpar in-ring action. It involved just cheesy, scripted, unoriginal, fake, non-organic bullshit. Nobody believed it, okay? We all knew, most of us who are on social media, most of us knew that Lana and Rusev were a serious couple. So with everything that transpired, and Rusev trying to be sexual and intimate with Summer Rae, it didn't come off as real. Lana and Ziggler, you seen how fucking standoffish they were when they had to, do those things where they were involved kissing each other and being all romantic with each other. That's not them, okay? Rusev and Lana have been posting all over Instagram that, they're together, they attend sporting events together. It's widely reported that they own homes in Nashville and that they live in Nashville, Tennessee together, etc., okay? I am sure Vince McMahon knew that Rusev and Lana, I'm sure he knows a lot of things about his wrestlers. You know, he doesn't know things that are important, apparently, because Monday Night Raw is fucking sinking badly. So he doesn't really give a shit about what the fans think, and he won't make the appropriate changes. But I'm sure he knows these little unimportant details. I'm sure he knew Rusev and Lana were dating. I'm sure he knew Rusev and Lana were at that point where they wanted to, you know, take that next step, and they wanted to be married, okay? So I don't see why Vince McMahon would be upset over something that I'm sure he knew was coming. I don't understand why Vince McMahon would be upset and take his anger and frustration out on someone and someone's happiness to fucking just put them out there on live television and say, you know what, I'm happy for you, but fuck you. You ruined my plans. You ruined my storyline. You ruined my direction for whatever I wanted to tell with this shitty story. So, congratulations, but fuck you. You're going out there and you're gonna do a quick job in fucking 2 minutes. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that shows a lot on Vince McMahon's fucking character. I know it's all about business, but give me a fucking break, man. You gotta fucking be at least happy for them that they're together and that they want to be together, marriage, etc., etc., okay? You don't let this get in way of you know, the in-ring stuff and the WWE product. Who fucking cares? I guarantee you, you ask anybody about this storyline that Ziggler and Rusev went through, are they going to remember it? No. Are they going to remember anything from the storyline? No. The matches they had were quickly forgettable. Nobody fucking cared. They did you a favor. You're doing yourself a favor by rewriting this entire mess and moving on with it. Seriously, nobody cared. And if Monday Night Raw comes and Rusev is still being punished, I don't understand. I really don't understand, and that's a shame on Kevin Dunn and Vince McMahon. Alright? Yeah, they broke kayfabe. Who fucking cares? I mean, who cares? They let you out of a dismal storyline. Just take that and run with it. It's going to make Rusev better. It's going to make Ziggler better. And it's going to make us happy. Nobody wanted to continue to see this bullshit that was on TV. Nobody. If you enjoyed that, you're the people that actually, you know, ruin the show. You're the people that come on here and tell me, JD, why do you watch Monday Night Raw if it's so bad? You know, watch it for what it is. You're the fucking reason why it's wrong. You're the reason why the product is shit. Because you take whatever WWE feeds you, whatever shit that WWE feeds you, and you eat it all up. Eat it all up, and then you're licking your chops afterwards. Oh, can I have more bullshit, please? Yeah, sprinkle some fucking whipped cream and chocolate sauce on that fucking heaping pile of shit. You're the fucking reason why the product is shit, because you won't voice your opinion. Meanwhile, me and Cronin and everybody else on here who actually has a fucking brain, you know, will come on here and fucking say the shit that needs to be said that nobody else is gonna say. You're the reason why the product is the way it is right now, because you people just continue to take the shit. Oh, I like the Rusev storyline with Lana and Ziggler. Yeah, fuck you. I'm glad it's over. Vince McMahon's a fucking asshole. If this is actually true, I hope not. It's going to be interesting to see Rusev on Monday Night Raw. I'll be tweeting. If Rusev loses in less than 2 minutes to anybody on Monday Night Raw, or jobs, period, to a Zack Ryder or a fucking Heath Slater, something stupid like that, then you know Vince McMahon is pissed and he's making the wrong decision. So we'll find out what happens with that. Follow me on Twitter at JD206, and you'll hear me ranting all over social media on Monday night. After Sting sustained a significant neck injury during his match at Night of Champions against World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins, Sting's manager announced that the injuries were not career-threatening. It's good news. While Sting remains in recovery, Dave Meltzer expressed reservations about Sting returning to the ring. Meltzer said on Thursday's Wrestling Observer Radio, according to the Inquisitor.com, don't go to that site, it's absolute fucking tabloid garbage. I don't know why. My sources are quoting Dave Meltzer from the Inquisitor. I don't know, but don't go to that site, it's complete garbage. Sting isn't doing too bad, says Meltzer. I don't know if he's going to wrestle again, and I don't know what treatment he's going to need or where he is, but I know that as far as getting around, he's fine for everyday life. Even if Sting is 56 years old and makes a full recovery, Meltzer points out that WWE has their own reservations about letting any talent over the age of 50 wrestle, especially since Jerry the King Lawler suffered a heart attack live on Monday Night Raw at ringside. Oh, yeah, that's great. Sting at 56 years old. Let's see. Sting is 56 years old. WWE has reservations about putting 50-year-old competitors in the ring because of the potential outcome. But that doesn't stop WWE from putting The Undertaker, who's 51 years old, I believe. 51 years old, about to turn 52. The Undertaker, 51 years old, inside Hell in a Cell. That's okay, though. That's okay. The most dangerous match in your fucking company outside of Elimination Chamber, you're gonna put a 52-year-old man inside Hell in a Cell with one of the most physical individuals on the face of the planet. That's okay, though, right? You're okay with living that one down, but you won't let Sting back in the ring because he was injured in a freak accident, accidentally by Seth Rollins. Really, that makes a lot of sense, WWE. Sting will be back. Sting should be back, and I say will because if WWE sees the fucking opportunity to make money off Sting, he will be back, even though he should have won against Triple H at WrestleMania. Fucking terrible booking on WWE's part. There's no reason why Triple H should have won that match at WrestleMania. There's no reason. Sting should have won that match. The reason why they used Sting at Night of Champions of all fucking pay-per-views with hardly any build was because they wanted to fucking use his name for monetary reasons. That's the only reason why they use Sting. And they will do it again if the opportunity arises. So Sting will be back in WWE. We don't know when, but he will be back. Should he be back? Yes, because the WWE has booked Sting so terribly that he needs to get at least one win under a WWE fucking banner. He's got to. He's got to. He's been booked terribly. I don't want to see Sting go out like that. I doubt Steve Borden wants to go out like that. He will be back eventually. We just don't know when. Will the Undertaker match happen at WrestleMania? I doubt it. I think the Undertaker is going to be fighting John Cena at WrestleMania. It just makes more sense. You know, there's rumors about the Undertaker fighting Seth Rollins at the Undertaker at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. Undertaker and Seth Rollins. But you know, WWE could be going in a bunch of different ways. So we got to wait and see how everything about WrestleMania transpires and plans out. But Sting will be back in the WWE eventually if there is a reason for WWE to make money. Bank on that. Paul Heyman's in the news. Listen to this one. This one's fucking awesome. Paul Heyman recently appeared on the SI Media podcast and talked about many topics regarding his good friend and former WWE superstar, CM Punk. Heyman discussed Punk's potential success in UFC, his desire to be successful in a future return to the WWE, and more. Fox Sports wrote an article recapping the interview, and below, I'm going to read, are some highlights from this interview. On Punk's decision to enter UFC, Paul Heyman says, he's a really driven individual, and he's uncompromising. So, he's uncompromising in his own beliefs, and he's uncompromising in his own values, and he's uncompromising in pursuing his own desires. I've said this before. It gets quoted back to me all the time. Experience is the greatest inhibitor of creativity that you'll ever meet in your life. It is also the greatest inhibitor of pursuing one's dreams, because you learn in terms of creativity of what not to do, but in terms of pursuing your dreams, you learn all the reasons why something will fail. If you show me someone who's afraid of failure, I'll show you someone who is not a groundbreaking, innovative pioneer of a certain industry. How many different ways could you have explained to Bill Gates why not to go in the directions he went in his life? They just released a movie on Steve Jobs. This guy broke every rule in the book, every convention, and he was unrestrained in his pursuit of what everyone thought was crazy. Same with Vincent Kennedy McMahon. He broke every rule and could be given every reason not to do the things he did. Paul Heyman is a genius. That's all I'm going to say about that. Paul Heyman on Punk's lack of a UFC background. He says Phil Brooks does not have that background. It makes it all the more improbable, which is exactly why he's so driven to do it. Because he looks in the mirror and he sees not only a rebel and an uncompromising spokesman for the beliefs that are near and dear to him, but he sees someone that will defy conventional wisdom and pull off miracles if that's what it takes, because he has one shot in life and he wants to do something quite special with it. And finally, on a return to the WWE in the near future, which everyone fucking blew out of proportion on YouTube who fucking reported this story, he's not coming back to the WWE, but Paul Heyman says, as of right now, ain't no way he's ever going back. I don't know if I can make that same statement in the future. I know in his mindset, there is absolutely no way. Right now, he means. Punk is not coming back to the WWE right now. I believe he signed a 2 or 3 year deal with UFC. He's relatively still young, 35, 36 years old. If he wants to make a WWE comeback after UFC, he's still going to be in great shape. He's still going to be at a good age to do it. They always come back. No matter how fucking terrible they left off, Punk will be back in WWE. Why? It's not because Punk, is the way he is. Yes, he's fucking ignorant. He stands for his own beliefs. He's one way, he's set. He's just like me. That's why I admire him so much. He makes a decision and he sticks with it, okay? But Punk, if he wants to come back to the WWE, it's going to be for this. They know that WWE wants to make money off CM Punk. CM Punk knows that he can offer WWE a lot, plus make this in the end. So it's going to be a win-win situation when both parties want to do some talking in the near future. If WWE wants to make money and, that's all that they're about, and they want to fucking have a huge fucking rating spike and fucking subscribers for the network and yada, 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 Punk will always be there. Punk will be in the back of their mind. Vince McMahon said he's open. He said it on the podcast with Steve Austin. He is willing and open to work with Punk again. It's going to be on Triple H. Triple H really doesn't like CM Punk all that much at the moment. I don't think he ever did. But if it comes down to money, I'm sure differences will be put aside. Punk will eventually be back in the WWE. Right now, I think everyone should fucking halt the WWE talk. He hasn't even stepped foot in the fucking octagon yet. And when he does, I'll be right here talking about it. Because why? It's CM Punk. So I can't wait for that to happen. He's still recovering from, I believe, a shoulder injury. He's only 50-60% right now. Haven't heard anything on that yet. But Punk will be in the UFC for the remaining future, next couple years. And a return to the WWE. Though likely, not right now, he will be back in the WWE. And finally, guys, to end this week's Off the Script, news-wise, on this past Monday's edition of Raw, with Sasha Banks at ringside, the crowd notably chanted, "We want Sasha," during a match with Brie Bella and Naomi. The Wrestling Observer sees this as a sign that a face turn may be in the works for Banks. The idea appeared to be a start for Banks' babyface turn and a way to use the "We want Sasha" chants as a positive to the storyline instead of it being fans chanting it as a protest voice against women on the main roster. That's why they did it, because Sasha went against Bayley on NXT, and they want to see Sasha in the ring. How does WWE follow up an historic match with Bayley for the Women's Championship in a 30-man Iron Man match? They don't even put Sasha Banks in a match on Monday Night Raw. Great job, WWE. Great job to build the momentum off that great match. The Observer said that possibly it seems even more valid in the light of wording of WWE's.com Raw results, and I quote from WWE.com, "The WWE Universe still wants Sasha Banks," which, ironically enough, might end up being bad news for Team Bad. The Team Bad figurehead of Naomi, Sasha Banks, and what the fuck's her name? Tamina. I forgot her name because she's never fucking used. They threw her off her rhythm just long enough for Nikki to lay Naomi out with a forearm, hit the rack attack, and go home with the win. Whatever. WWE.com. I hate the way they fucking word shit. It's cheesy. Sasha Banks, I believe, needs to be heel. Let the fans cheer for her if they want. They cheer for her because they respect her. They don't cheer for her because she's gonna be a fucking babyface. They cheer for her because they want to see her. They cheer for her because she brings to the table what we all want to see. Wrestling. They appreciate good wrestling. And that, whatever she did down at NXT, is leaking up to the main roster. We want to see good wrestling. That's why they want to cheer. That's why they want to chant. They don't want to see fucking Brie Bella. They don't want to see fucking Naomi. They want to see Bayley and fucking Charlotte and Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. They want to see everybody from NXT do what they're doing down there on the main roster. That's why they chant. That's why. They don't want to cheer for Sasha Banks to be the next babyface. They want to cheer for her because they respect her. They know what she went through in that match. Most of them seen it. If you didn't, you're a fool. That's why they want to cheer her. Plain and simple. I don't think Sasha Banks needs to be a baby face or a heel. Let her fucking go out there and continue playing the character that she plays so perfectly, and let people decide whether they want to cheer, boo, or have a good time. Whatever. Sasha Banks needs to be utilized more. It's a waste that they're not using her right now on the main roster. I don't get it. I just don't understand it. Alright, guys, that is all the news for Off the Script. We're going to be doing some Q&A. We're going to go to the mailbag. I got a few of you guys who are on Twitter asking me questions using the hashtag OTS87. So let's get into that right now. We're going to start off with SF Zombie 415. He says, why is SmackDown still a thing? I don't know, man. I just don't know. SmackDown needs a complete revamping. I was watching SmackDown for a little bit on Thursday, and I immediately just fucking turned the channel. I seen Wade Barrett walking down the aisle. I immediately turned the channel because it looks so fucking poor. It really does. The set is fucking terrible. There's no identity to the show. Why it's still even a thing, man, I can't even answer. But they need a complete revamping of SmackDown. I believe they're moving to the USA Network in January. They're going to make a big deal for the first 2-3 weeks. And then after that, it's going to go right back to the way it is right now. So SmackDown really needs a complete revamping. It needs a fucking fresh coat of paint. And we need some changes over there, man. We really do. Just like Monday Night Raw, we need changes everywhere. But hopefully SmackDown gets a revamping in January when they move to the USA Network. This one is from Ryan on Twitter. Do you think the WWE should remove that 20-minute promo segment at the start of Raw and fit in an extra 1 or 2 matches? Good question, man. I love when Monday Night Raw starts off with a fucking hot match. You put a, excuse me, you put a hot match on there, and you open the show like that. I mean, you give the fucking first 2 guys to go out there through the curtain, good 20 minutes, get the fucking show going, get the blood pumping. When you fucking come out and do a Seth Rollins, Authority, Kane promo for 20 minutes, it does nothing but fucking damper the show. It puts people to sleep, and it's like a routine. The WWE has to shake that routine, man. It's boring. You know, everybody knows when they watch Monday Night Raw, the first thing that they're going to see is a long-winded 20-minute promo. Nobody cares about that. And that's going to make people reach for the remote and change the channel. If WWE switched it up every now and then and, you know, put a promo on one week and then came out and gave us a 20-25-minute match with 2 fucking guys that actually mean something, then, you know, people would be like, oh shit, WWE's changing shit up. I have to fucking continue on. This is a great match. I don't want to change the channel during this great match and then get into the rest of the show. That's what I would do. I would usually start Monday Night Raw off with a fucking co-main event, man. You put that motherfucker right on at the 8 o'clock hour. You fucking put a title on the line. Something. Make something important that are going to keep the viewer's interest. You're going to come out with a Seth Rollins 20-minute promo or a Kane 20-minute promo, an Authority 20-minute promo. Nobody's going to fucking care because they expect to see that. If you change it up a little bit and you fucking give us something different, then people watching at home might be, oh, what the fuck? WWE's changing shit up. You know? They're going a different route this week. Let me see what's going on. That's what I would do. I think the 20-minute promo is very fucking winded, very typical, very basic for WWE. Got to get rid of it. Can't be doing it every week. It's good to change up every now and then. This is from Double Lorded. What would you do if WWE done an invasion angle on NXT with the Big Show, Kane, and Mark Henry, and they destroyed everybody? I think if that actually happened, Triple H must have been kidnapped or killed, you know, secretly behind everybody's back, because that would never, ever, 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 ever happen. And if it did, I might have to go down to Orlando and raise some hell myself, man. I buy myself a fucking first-class ticket out there, and I start slapping people in the faces, and I probably take you, you know, everybody that's a fan of Off the Script in Orlando, man, get behind my back. Let's fucking storm the NXT Developmental Center and tell everybody what needs to be said, all right? So I don't think that's ever going to happen, but thank you for the question, man. You just gave me nightmares for the remainder of the fucking day. Kane, Mark Henry, and Big Show with an NXT invasion angle. Fucking God, no, man. Maybe 20 years ago, but not in 2015. Fuck no. This is from J Tunes. Should WWE do a Money in the Bank for the Divas Championship? Absolutely Fuck no. Why? Can you imagine a 100-pound Sasha Banks coming off a ladder, fucking 10 foot in the air, bumping all over the place? Can you imagine the fucking women, you know, who are very physical as it is down in NXT? Can you imagine those women just going in there and literally injuring themselves, threatening their fucking careers? Can you imagine Nikki Bella and Brie Bella, or Alicia Fox, or fucking someone along those lines in a ladder match? It would be fucking terrible. So to answer your question, no, the Divas don't need a Money in the Bank championship ladder match. I don't think that would be wise for business, simply because of the threatening to their careers, and I wouldn't want to see any of the main roster Divas in a ladder match, because they can barely wrestle a normal match as it is. You're gonna put a ladder in there with them? Fuck no, man. I would never want to see that. I don't think that would ever happen to begin with. This is from David Wells. What's up, bro? What is your favorite moment in the Attitude Era? Mine was Undertaker, leader of the Ministry of Darkness in the WWF. Now, a lot of you guys, this was actually asked a few times. The Attitude Era. You guys ask a lot of Attitude Era questions. My favorite moment from the Attitude Era, okay? There's two things I'm going to mention to you. Number one, the Stone Cold Steve Austin beer bath to The Rock, Vince McMahon, and Shane McMahon. That and everything that happened during that segment was absolutely fucking brilliant. Everything. The Rock's promo was brilliant. Steve Austin's promo, straight to the point, funny as fucking hell. I'm going to go right into the fucking SmackDown hotel, book myself into room 316, and burn that motherfucker straight to the ground, man. That is absolutely one of the greatest moments in WWE history. But my favorite moment from the Attitude Era, the 1997 SummerSlam. This was Bret Hart versus The Undertaker in the main event at SummerSlam from the Izod Center, I believe it was, in New Jersey. This match was the starting point for the Attitude Era. The Attitude Era started with the conclusion of this match, because when Shawn Michaels, who was the special guest referee in that match, took that steel chair and confronted Bret Hart with it because he's seen it laying in the corner of the ring. He turns Bret Hart around, who was kicking Undertaker in the gut. Shawn Michaels turns him around, grabs him by the arm, turns him around, and says, "What's this? Why is that sitting over there?" Bret Hart says, I don't know. I didn't touch it." And then all you see out of Bret Hart's mouth is the words, "Fuck you." He leans back and fucking spits in Shawn Michaels' face. And then all of a sudden, Shawn Michaels goes to swing the steel chair. Bret Hart ducks. Undertaker's coming out of the corner. He nails the Undertaker with the steel chair. Now, the rules of this match were that if Bret Hart did not win this match, he gets sent back to Canada. If Shawn Michaels does anything to ruin this match, he is done as a professional wrestler. So Shawn Michaels had no choice but to count the fucking 3 count on the Undertaker after the vicious steel chair shot. 1, 2, 3, Bret Hart wins. He wins the WWF title. Undertaker is fucking furious at Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was so pissed off, he ran out of the fucking arena. He couldn't believe what happened. The announce team from Vince McMahon to Jim Ross called it perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. Jim Ross was like, "I don't believe it. I don't believe what we just seen." The crowd throwing trash in the ring. I'm getting fucking chills just talking about it. That one moment during that event, that 3 minutes in that conclusion of that match, led and started the Attitude Era. That is my favorite moment from the Attitude Era, because of that, we got Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker at Bad Blood in Hell in a Cell, which a lot of people tend to think is the greatest Hell in a Cell match of all time in company history. From that moment, from that match, we got everything else that followed. So that is my favorite moment in the Attitude Era, okay? This is from Eternal Blue, with Goldust appearing on NXT TakeOver and him saying that he has some gas left in the tank. What do you see him doing in the WWE? I would love to see Goldust really, really pushed in the main roster, man. Maybe an IC title run, something to do with Kevin Owens. I think that would be a great feud. Or if WWE wants to use Goldust down in NXT, man, I think he could be a great enhancement talent. I think he'd do well down there. I think he'd add a lot of veteran, ambiance, a lot of veteran presence down in NXT. I think he'd put on some great matches with some guys down there, man. So Goldust, you can put him anywhere, and he's going to do well, man. When Goldust first came back to the WWE after his hiatus, and he was fucking working out and doing DDP yoga, and he was teaming with Cody Rhodes, going against the Shield and working against the Authority. Nobody was better in the ring, man. Week after week after week, the consistency of Goldust, nobody was doing it better, man. Goldust was putting on fantastic matches with everybody, with the Shield, with Randy Orton, everybody. So Goldust, if he's got some gas left in the tank, let him go, man. Whether it's in the main roster for a mid-card feud with Kevin Owens or a United States Championship run, something. He can add definite depth to the main roster, and if you want to use him in NXT, I'm sure he'd excel down there as well. Anything you would do with Goldust, I'm sure he'll do it perfectly, man. I love Goldust, and after his career is over in the ring, he's going to be a great asset to the WWE. This is from Little General. What do you think of the upcoming Apollo Crews versus Finn Balor feud for the NXT Championship? I love Apollo Crews' in-ring work. I love that Apollo Crews is being rewarded for his hard work, but I don't think this is going to be the match against Finn Balor. Now, if you watched NXT this week, Joe was on the apron, and he was eliminated unfairly because of Tyler Breeze. I think something's going to happen in the next couple of weeks where Breeze, Joe, and Apollo Crews are going to be kind of intertwined, and when it's all said and done, I think it's going to be Joe versus Finn Balor, because it really doesn't make any sense to give Apollo Crews this huge push towards the NXT title right now. I do think Joe is next in line. Crews has some more work to do as far as, getting over and getting in the ring and proving himself. You're not going to give him a title shot because he's been there for a month and a half. It's not going to happen. I think Joe is next in line, and the way that Battle Royal ended on NXT this past week, I think something's going to come out of that, because Joe really was he was eliminated unfairly due to outside interference from Tyler Breeze. So something will definitely play off of that in the coming weeks. It's going to be interesting to see. This is from Ryan on Twitter. What belt would you bring back, if any? The Cruiserweight Championship. Triple H has made mention of the Cruiserweight title possibly being brought back to the WWE, maybe NXT, because someone actually asked him in a conference call, do you see anything being added as far as championships go to NXT? And if so, what would you bring back? And Triple H mentioned the Cruiserweights. That's exactly what I would bring back. I would love to see the Cruiserweight title back in the WWE. This is from Wrestling for All. Do you think WWE can make another John Cena anytime soon with all the high popularity, etc.? The way they're going? No. Do I have hope in WWE to do something like that? Yes, because they've always done it with every generation. But right now, with someone on the main roster, I do not see anybody becoming the next John Cena. If there was one, and WWE ruined it, and they continue to ruin it, there's only one man in the WWE that can take John Cena's spot right now with the way his popularity is, the hype, and have someone be the face of the company, and that is Daniel Bryan. The one guy that I also think that they could make into that type of guy is Finn Balor. He's 34 years old, so if they want to do it, they got to do it now. And I mentioned this a few weeks ago on Off the Script. Balor's got the look. Balor's got the in-ring skill. Balor's got the attitude. He's a decent-looking guy, no homo. But WWE, I doubt, is going to go down that route. He's not leaving NXT anytime soon, especially with NXT wanting to be a touring brand 3 or 4 days a week. Daniel Bryan, obviously, is the most logical choice, but WWE, for some odd reason, they just won't pull the trigger on Daniel Bryan. If this happened to be Brock Lesnar's last tenure in WWE, who would you like to see him wrestle in his last match? This is from Aaron on Twitter. That's a very tough question, man. There's a lot of different ways you could go about it. It could be Kevin Owens. I would love to see a Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar match. But really, right now, there's really nobody in the WWE that I would love to see Brock Lesnar go up against. I mean, we've pretty much seen it all. I see a Randy Orton feud coming eventually down the line. If Brock Lesnar is going to be in the WWE this time, and it's going to be the last time, I think, he's going to have to put over a younger talent, maybe a Kevin Owens. Like I said, I would love to see Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan at least once before those two go their separate ways and call it quits. But it's a very tough question, man. I hope I don't see this being Brock Lesnar's last tenure in WWE. As long as he's healthy and as long as he can still go, man, I want him to be in the WWE for a very long time. He adds so much to the company. His name really draws energy and draws people's attention. Lesnar is probably the best thing in WWE right now with Paul Heyman. They are the best thing in WWE year in and year out for the last couple of years. This is from Robert Diaz. JD, do you see Vince sabotaging the product so Raw can be only on the WWE Network? And do you see change coming anytime soon? Vince is sabotaging the product. I don't know why it appears that way, but it seems like he is. I don't think Vince is going to do anything to tarnish the relationship with NBC, Universal, or USA Network, and I do not see change coming anytime soon, man. The only change that we're going to see is when we start building towards WrestleMania, because that's when WWE's on their A game, because they have to sell 100,000 fucking seats in AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. But as of right now, I don't see WWE changing anything about WWE and Monday Night Raw. This is from Bullet Sky O'Connor on Twitter. Who are your picks for this year's Hall of Fame, and who would you like to see in the Hall of Fame class of 2017? There's only a few names that I want to see in the Hall of Fame. Sting, Owen Hart. I think those are the two names that really need to go into the WWE. As far as everybody else going in, I personally really don't care, man. Hall of Fame is usually just one of them nostalgia moments. I really don't care who goes or who doesn't go, but all I know, the one guy that needs to get into the Hall of Fame is Owen Hart, bar none, and I'm sure you guys agree with me on that. This is from Matt on Twitter. Hey, JD, do you think WWE 2K16 should have an ECW-related DLC since Mikey Whipwreck is in the game? Absolutely. I would love to see Sandman, Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, etc., in the game, man. I would love to see that and hope WWE really does that going into 2K16's life cycle. This is from Nathan Fisher. After Hell in a Cell, how would you book Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, and the Wyatt family? Who's next for all of them? Nathan, you got me stumped, bro. I really don't even know. I don't even know why Roman Reigns is feuding with Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family this time around. I really just don't understand it. How I would book Roman Reigns? I would book Roman Reigns as a fucking heel. Vince Russo actually came out. I read something this morning before I hit off the script, record this morning. Vince Russo said, have Roman Reigns go out there and cut a real-life promo. Have him go against the fans. Why are you booing me? I'm sick of being booed. I'm sick of you fucking people not being appreciative of what I bring to the fucking ring. Have him turn heel right there. Have him turn heel. Have him go in the mid-card. Have him fight for some IC titles. Have him have a run with the US title. Roman Reigns is not ready for a WWE title. I don't get it. Bray Wyatt, on the other hand, is ready for a WWE title. Even though his character is so great as it is and really doesn't need a belt, I would love to see Bray Wyatt with a title. Really. I would love to see the Wyatt family built up as a dominating force. Add another member. Fucking take Adam Rose out of this bullshit that he's in and bring him back to Leo Kruger. Build this group up as a dominating force, as a fucking, a Shield-type force. Back when the Shield was big. The Wyatt family was never as big as the Shield. The Shield was always number one. Maybe this time it's the Wyatt family. Add some more members, get some gold around their waist, have Strowman and Harper win the fucking tag titles, man. Something. Something. But Roman Reigns needs to be heel, no question. I think his character and his career really needs it right now, because Roman Reigns, the way things are going right now, every time you put him in something important, the fans will sabotage him immediately because of the way he's been booked in WWE. What the fuck here? We got Selfie. If you can choose any 5 people in WWE to get handed a pink slip, who would it be and why? This is a very good question. Kane, Big Show, Eva Marie, who else? Santino Marella was one of them, but he's not in the ring anymore. I really don't have any problem with anybody but Big Show, Kane, and Eva Marie. Nikki Bella and Brie Bella probably, I would round out a top 5, but why would I hand those all pink slips? Because they annoy the fucking shit out of me, and they make me fucking gouge my eyeballs out, because I can't stand to see them in the ring. Blake from Twitter. When do you see Carlito returning to the WWE? Royal Rumble 2016, if that. The returns for these types of characters, for these types of individuals, always make the best impact at the Royal Rumble. So if Carlito does come to the WWE again, Royal Rumble 2016 would be the opportune time to have him debut. This is from Maurice. Do you think Undertaker will beat Brock Lesnar inside Hell in a Cell? Yes. I will talk about that on next Friday's edition of Off the Script number 88 part 1, where we do the Hell in the Cell preview and predictions, but I do think The Undertaker will beat Brock Lesnar inside Hell in a Cell. This is from Paradox. Do you think WWE is destroying or probably has destroyed Sheamus? They made him look like a cartoon. He was great before. Really don't care about Sheamus, man. I really don't care if they destroy him or not. I think Sheamus, I think his time as a singles guy is done. Maybe a run with the U.S. title. Maybe a tag team with Wade Barrett like I, gave you yesterday in part 2. But as far as winning the WWE Championship and cashing in Money in the Bank successfully, I don't think it's going to happen. I think that would be death for Monday Night Raw. Nobody cares about Sheamus, and nobody cares to see him as WWE Champion. But I do remember Sheamus coming out and destroying Daniel Bryan and all the mid-card guys and dominating the mid-card for the eventual IC title feud that was about to happen with Daniel Bryan and Sheamus before Daniel Bryan got hurt. But right now, Sheamus, I could care less about Sheamus. Really don't care. So WWE right now is kind of lowering Sheamus week by week, and I really don't know why, because he's a great in-ring talent, man. He's great. He can go out there and give you a quality match every fucking week, but I just don't care. I'm not invested in his character, and I just don't know what's going on. Hopefully, WWE doesn't get any bright ideas with having him cash in and win the WWE Championship. This is from Hassan. Who do you think should win the match between Taker and Lesnar at Hell in a Cell, and why? Undertaker, and just because. I think Undertaker needs closure on everything that happened. Lesnar is always going to be the dominating guy in this feud. Why? Because he has the streak. Undertaker needs closure, and that's why I think the Undertaker is going to win. He's got to beat Lesnar fair and square in the confines of Hell in a Cell, and I think once and for all, this feud will be over. Lesnar will disappear for a little bit, come back at the Rumble, and probably go on and set his sights on Seth Rollins for the WWE Championship. What else we got here? We got one more from Guillermo Lepers. I can't pronounce your name right, bro. I'm sorry. Hey, JD, who do you think is going to take the NXT Championship from Balor, and when do you see him making his main roster debut? I think Samoa Joe is the only one right now to take the title off of Finn Balor and making his main roster debut. It will probably, if it does happen, after WrestleMania. But I don't see him making his main roster debut right now anytime soon, because Finn Balor is too important to NXT, and they need that star recognition, that name recognition for NXT, because they are going to be a touring brand, and I don't think he would succeed, or I don't think Vince McMahon or Kevin Dunn would even know what to do with Finn Balor. So for his betterment, for his career, I think he should stay down at NXT for the time being, wait it out a little bit, and he's going to be the face of NXT for the foreseeable future. But I do think Joe is the next guy to take the belt off of Finn Balor. But that is Off the Script, guys. Thank you so much for watching me on part 3. Thank you for the Q&A, guys. If you want to get in on next week's Q&A, you can do it right now, man. Hashtag OTS88 for next Sunday's show, all right? But thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you did enjoy the content this week. I'll be back with a Monday Night Raw review, as always, tomorrow after the show goes off the air. The go-home show for Hell in the Cell. We'll talk about all the big happenings on Monday Night Raw. If you guys want to donate to the show, link down below for my PayPal. If you guys want to donate another way, go out and buy a t-shirt. ProWrestlingTees.com/WWE Off The Script. Great t-shirts, $19.99. And thank you to those who did buy t-shirts this week. I greatly appreciate it. If you guys want to check out my main sponsor, man, WrestleCrate.com, the #1 subscription-based wrestling themed box you can get anywhere, man. It's unbelievable. I can't wait to do the unboxing for you guys. It's a great crate for this month. Go to visit those guys if you want to use my code, JDSENTME. All right, you get an instant 10% off your first crate. That's the ultimate crate or the standard crate. www.wrestlecrate.com and on Twitter, @WrestleCrates. If you do sign up, tell them that JD from NY sent you over there and tag me and them in the tweet, man. Once again, that's WrestleCrate.com and on Twitter, @WrestleCrates. And I will be back with Out of Nowhere with JD and Joe Cronin on Wednesday right here on my channel. So look forward to that. JD and Joe Cronin back with episode 3 of Out of Nowhere, talking about Hell in a Cell, talking about whatever we want, man. Why? Because we're out of nowhere. This is JD. This is Off the Script. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be back on Monday Night Raw, guys, and then on Friday, as always, with Off the Script. Until then, I'll talk to you all soon, man. Thank you all for watching.